Hello, everyone. We'd like to welcome reigning champion Cam Davis to the Media Center. Cam, could you just tell us here what it's like seeing yourself as a miniature bobblehead? I know you signed a bunch, so just fill us in on what it was like seeing that for the first time.
It was very cool. When I heard that was a potential for this week, I definitely wasn't going to say no to having one of those done. It's pretty cool. It was very strange signing myself multiple times over just a little while ago, but at the same time, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So pretty cool perk for being able to come back here.
And then entering the week 54th, I believe, in the FedEx Cup. Could you just kind of give us a quick synopsis of your season to date so far?
Season got off to, I think, the best start I've ever had on the PGA Tour. I've been out here for a while now, but I played some really good golf for the first month and a half, and then I would say since then it's been pretty rough going. I haven't really seen myself play much good golf as of late. The PGA Championship was a nice little change. I had a couple of good solid rounds there, but for the most part, yeah, it's been a little bit of searching, trying to get some magic back, but it's very cool. A place like this to bring back some good memories and good vibes. I've played this place really well before, and I know a game plan that has worked multiple times now, so if there's anywhere that I'm going to draw some confidence just by being in a physical location, it's this place.
And then the last one before we open it up for questions is, I know we talked a minute ago, this week's a little more special than most for you. Your wife traveling with you. I mean, could you just tell us how often she gets on the road and why you chose this week to kind of have her come with you?
I mean, defending a tournament is a very cool experience. She wanted to be a part of that. She knows this place has become quite special to me. So she does come to tournaments, but it's not a regular occurrence. But yeah, to have her out and see this place, especially before the course gets renovated, to be able to see it as it has been for the first 2 wins of my career is very special. So should be a very fun week.
Awesome. And with that, we'll open it up for questions.
You mentioned the renovation. Could you just speak a little bit as somebody who's had some success here? Kind of your thoughts on what that renovation might mean and what the course might play like afterwards.
I mean, I don't really know what they're doing. I've just heard that some trees are going to come out, some drainage, extra drainage. I know this course. I mean, I can even think back to last year that had some heavy rain, and this place has been around for a long time, and updated drainage is probably going to definitely going to benefit this place a lot. I'm sure it's just going to be cleaned up, trimmed up, some new looks, but I'm not fully aware of all the things that they're doing, but I can't imagine they'd be making changes and it would be for the worse. I can only imagine it'll get better.
We're going to stay right here in the front row.
Paul, Detroit News, welcome back. You talked a little bit about coming back here. When you are not having your best season, I mean, do you start looking ahead to an event like this a little bit out, knowing that maybe this is a chance to turn your season around?
I would say an event like this definitely seems like a bright spot in the calendar. So yeah, if things are a little rough and I'm finding it hard to, get the best out of myself, going somewhere that you feel good just being there always is going to look really appetizing as it comes up. So yeah, I've been playing as hard as I can. There's been a lot of great tournaments that we've just gone through, and I've been through them all and not found the spark that I really wanted to find. But yeah, this one in particular, I'm really glad it's turned up now, because there's no better time to turn things around again than right back here again.
Third row right here.
So what do you think of the bobblehead? Do you think it looks like you?
Yeah, they nailed it. I heard the hair color was a difficult one to nail, but I think they did a really good job. I heard they had to hand paint the stripes on and everything, and for as many as they made, I feel like that would have been a pretty weird thing, having to look at my face that many times while you painted a shirt on. So yeah, it's very cool. I'm really glad I said yes to the idea of having one made up, because yeah, a very unique experience, but very fun. I've had a lot of requests as soon as the picture came out a few days ago that you know, a lot of people want one, which is kind of fun.
You mentioned after your strong start to the season, and it's been pretty rough since. What has been the biggest challenge with your game to this point?
It's about putting pieces together. I mean, at the start of the year, you know, I felt like golf seemed a lot easier. I was in contention quite regularly at the beginning of the season. I used the off season extremely well and did some really good practice and came out the other side. I've just played so much golf and just haven't quite had enough days or enough weeks where I've put all the pieces together. One week might be okay putting but not good driving, and vice versa, like things like that. And it's just been kind of frustrating having everything feel pretty good but see no results from it. So yeah, in that regard, it's been a little bit of banging my head against the wall over and over again, waiting for something to change. But you know, I think sometimes just a change in location, a change in scenery can be something that just you can draw a lot of inspiration from. And I think just having so many good memories around this place, every spot I walk around it, will only help with that.
Any final questions? Got one right here in the front.
This tournament is relatively young compared to so many on the tour. This course is old, but this tournament is young. To be such a big part of this tournament's history now as the only two-time winner, what does it mean to you when you go to stop to come back to Detroit and to be so significant to this tournament's history?
It's just a cool experience. I haven't won any other tournaments out here. This is where all of my big moments that I would say on tour have happened. Like, they've all centered around this place, and you know, it's obviously going to live with me forever. I've got, you know, some trophies sitting at home that I'm always going to look at with the very special place. And yeah, it's just so fun to be back here. Like, I don't even really know what else to say about it other than that. It just has a really special feeling to walk around a place that has treated you so well. And you know, obviously with the tournament being so young and having my name on there quite a few times already, it's just, I don't know, it just makes me feel like this place almost feels like home now. So it's very fun. It's been great to meet all the people behind the scenes here as well. It feels more like I feel more a part of this place than I do anywhere else on tour, which is cool.
We're going to stay on the left with Mark.
President's Cup in 22, you were pretty successful. I know you missed out in 24, but you were very close. How determined are you to be back on that team in 26 with Jeff Ogilvy and fellow Australian as the captain?
It would be, well, I know that week back in 22 was one of the most fun weeks I've had on the golf course. You know, we don't play the team format very often, and being surrounded by a bunch of guys that are so driven to try and change a pattern that's been there for so long now. I think any international player is extremely driven to be on the next team or the team after that and try and be a part of that team that finally changes the tide. You know, gets a trophy in our hands, and yeah, the next one's definitely no different. And having another Aussie running the show, it'll be a very cool environment behind the scenes for the player captain interaction. I've gotten to know him pretty well, and yeah, it would be a real honour to represent the international team under him next time round.
Just another, sitting here and I'm just remembering and reminding myself of a few years ago when we did a piece with you here at the Rocket, hitting left-handed and right-handed. It's a talent not many people have, but you do, and you do it really well. Have you ever played around left-handed?
Only a couple, but it's been a while actually. It didn't go very well. I feel like left-handed, if you put me in a par 3 course, I'd do pretty well, but once you get a club over about a 5 or a 4 iron in my hands, I feel like it starts becoming dangerous. So, but yeah, chipping, putting, and short irons, for some reason, I just try and think whatever movements I do from right to left, I just try and mimic them left to right, and it seems to come out okay, but there's a certain point where you kind of need to have a little bit more coordination when you're swinging it really hard. So, but it is fun to be able to bring that out occasionally.
This season or last season, have you ever been on the golf course in a tournament and sort of had to consider hitting a shot left-handed and kind of licked your chops when you've had to do it?
There's been a couple. There's one in particular, actually. It was at the Sanderson Farms tournament a few years back, and it's a shot. It's probably one of my best shots I've hit on tour, and no cameras caught it, which is about right. But I think I was on 17. I hit it right up against a tree, and I had about 130 meters to the green. The only way to swing it was lefty, and I turned over a 9-iron, hit a really solid shot to about 15 feet. It was just it's just as though I was using a left-handed club, but it obviously felt a little bit different having to turn it over. But yeah, there have definitely been occasions all the way through my amateur career up until this point where if I'm stuck as that's the only option, I do think that I'm able to pull it off each time, and I have for the most part. So it's a fun option to have.
Final questions? All right, before you take off, we do have one more surprise. It's going to come this way here.
Hi, Cam. So, in honor of the last year's champion, which is you, we worked with your wife and your parents to develop a sandwich. So, with their help, they suggested chicken schnitzel sandwich from Australia because that was your first tournament win, and that's what you had right after you won the tournament. So, in honor of that, we built and brewed this in Detroit for you, and it's basically it's a brioche bun with battered chicken breast, lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, pepperoni, provolone, and mayonnaise. And this will be at the concession stands all week. So this is the awkward moment where I hand it to you and make you take a bite.
That's insane. No way. Oh, I knew that they said they were keeping a secret from me, and they weren't going to let me know until we got here. So that's awesome. Just give it a go. Yeah.
And then the sandwich will also be served to you guys right now. So they're going to come in, give you guys a chance to try the sandwich. Again, it's going to be at the concession stands all week.
So good. It's so good.
That's great. Thank you. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Cam.
Oh, that was a cool surprise. Yeah, they told me that.